So if you find yourself in an argument with your wife, let's say, or your husband, a big part of you is gonna want to win. And that's stupid. Because if you win, you get to be top and they get to be bottom. And if you wanna live with the person who is at the bottom, then more power to you. But then I wouldn't recommend it. Right? Because you don't want that. You want to defeat your spouse in an argument? Really? Well, great. If they were going to disappear tomorrow, then no problem. But if not, do you want to live with a defeated, miserable spouse for the next week or the next month? That's not good. So you listen and you think like, okay, here's what I think you said. And maybe you make it a little bit stronger and more elaborated than was the case with the original utterance. And so you get the argument right. And because you don't want to win, you want to fix the problem. And that's the winning, fixing the problem. And so the summary with listening is good for that, because the person can say, well, yeah, that's what I meant. And then you have to grapple with that. People don't really do that in relationships. And so they just make matters worse. Because if you live with someone and they tell you the truth about a situation, it usually means there is something really stupid that you are doing. And maybe in your defense, there is something stupid too that they are doing. But then there is this something stupid that you are doing that you have to stop. But then you know that it's difficult and unlikely that you will stop. But if you don't stop, then you get to have the same problem every day or every week for the rest of your life in that relationship. And so it's probably better to undergo the misery of stopping than to undergo the misery of continuing. Because if you don't stop, if you continue, then there's this recurring argument over and over, arguing about the same thing. And you don't want that with your spouse. You don't want that in your relationship. So follow the injunction to listen. And here's a tip to tell if you are listening. In a conversation, someone lays their point or perspective about something to you, and you say, look, here's what I think you said. You said this and this and this and this. Is that right? Have I got what you are saying right? And maybe the person says, gosh, you haven't been listening at all. And so they have to straighten you out again. Or maybe you got it right. And so they say, yeah, that's right. You got it. And that's good. The nice thing about that is that you summarize their argument for them and for you, which can be really helpful. But also because you don't get to make the person into a straw man. I wish you all the best as you practice this in your relationships.